Happy Valentine's, everyone. I'm just coming to you this afternoon to let you know that Mr. Arad and I apologize that we haven't been able to get announcements on consistently in the last week here. It's been very busy. I was out sick last week, and Mr. Arada is at home taking care of the little guy today because he's not feeling well. We are hoping to get back to having consistent announcements in the morning again here soon. We promise that we will get birthdays that we missed and all that good stuff when we get back on the air. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow morning again. The main thing that I wanted to talk about this afternoon is I want to talk about accurate information, and I want to provide you with some accurate information today. So last week, Friday, there were some rumors swirling around that we had a lockdown at school and that there was a safety threat. That is not true. There was no lockdown. There was no safety threat. I want to be clear about that because I want to make sure that everybody knows that we're safe here at school and that we would take care of any procedures that we needed to in order to make sure that that was the case. What happened was we had a student with a health concern. We had the main hallway kind of closed off for a little bit so that the emergency personnel could do what they needed to do and get the student out of the building. And that's really all that it was. Today, we actually had a medical emergency for a student, and we did have eighth grade lunch rerouted a little bit when they came back in. But occasionally it can happen that we may need to close off a hallway to make sure that emergency personnel or whoever needs to can get through and do their job, and that we can keep everything safe for the student who needs it or the adult who needs it. And to go along with that, when we use the word lockdown, we can do lockdowns for a lot of different reasons. We could lock down the building. For instance, when we have the drug dogs come in and do drug searches and sniff lockers, we do a lockdown for that. It's not an emergency situation. We just don't want any students in the hallway when the dogs are here. So that, there are a lot of different reasons besides a safety situation that we would do a lockdown. And if we did do a lockdown, you would be the first people that would know, because you and your teachers would find out right away at the same time. We have the procedures that we do when we do lockdowns through our ALICE drills. We practice them, and that is what would happen if we did do a lockdown. It is the same things that we practice when we do ALICE. So you would know right away. If we needed to do a lockdown for a safety reason, we would make sure that we put out a message to your parents as well to let them know that we had a lockdown and what the reason for it was as well. So I want to just make sure everybody understands that there was no lockdown Friday. There was no lockdown today. Sometimes we may need to clear a hallway or something, but that is not a lockdown. And bottom line, we'll do whatever we need to do to make sure the building is safe. We are safe here. We're in good hands with the staff and the safety personnel that we have. I appreciate everything that everybody has done to help everybody out that's needed it this year and the past couple of days. But just, making sure that we are sharing and when we don't know, that we go to someone who can give us accurate information instead of wondering and maybe passing along information that might not be accurate. So I hope you have a good night. If you have questions about lockdowns or any of that sort of thing, you can ask your teacher, or teachers, if you have questions, certainly come to me or Officer Klumpian or Mr. Arada. But we want to make sure that people know what's going on and that people feel comfortable and safe, because there isn't a reason not to be. We have not had any safety situations at school the last 2 days. So I hope everyone has a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.